She asked me the question.
The sex question or
No,
Santa?
the Santa question.
Oh.
She's 7, Rachel. And Antonio, the audio guy who's
His
filling in
name
for us
is
today.
Anthony. You don't even know his name.
Antonio, I'm sorry. I'll keep looking at this Antonio Brown thing on my...
He turns to me and goes, I finally knew what it was like to be a girl that had, and you're about to bleep this out, big t-. And I was like, what? Also, I was definitely like, okay.
Good morning, everybody. Welcome to the Aesir podcast.
Morning.
How's everybody doing this morning?
Pretty good.
Doing pretty good. I had a do-nothing weekend. I was
Nice.
I only did like 1 or 2 productive things, so I say that is a successful weekend.
Oh, and just so everybody knows, you want to introduce yourself?
Yeah.
It's Nate, the audio guy.
Yeah, my name's Nate. I'm usually, I say usually, we've only done 1 episode before this, but last time I was hiding behind the camera doing audio, but because J2 is out sick today, sick. Maybe he's genuinely sick, I don't know. I'm filling in, so good to be here.
Cool. Rachel, how was your weekend?
Pretty good. I'm trying to think. Saw some movies. Hung out with some friends. Yeah, pretty chill. Like a good mix of doing stuff and also, not doing stuff. So it was kind of good. What about you?
Well, I decided to go to one of the largest malls on the East Coast. Well, my wife decided to go, and I went in tow.
And then what? Yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
So you went to King of Prussia?
Yeah, I was actually high the whole time.
High on marijuana?
No, I was high on drugs.
Like coke, the hard
prescription.
drugs.
Prescription drugs.
Heroin?
The good stuff?
Yeah.
Morphine?
No,
kidding.
well, it felt like it. No, I was on my neck is still jacked up. And
John is old, and sometimes when he goes too hard at workout events, he can't recover like he used to.
Yeah,
Just for the listeners.
at 38 years old, I decided to pick up combat sports with my kids.
Yeah.
So Saturday morning, my
You spar with a, 22-year-old?
20-year-olds. Well, it's not sparring; it's rolling. So
Whatever.
my oldest daughter and youngest daughter and myself, we do Brazilian jiu-jitsu. You guys know, talk about it all the time. Well, let me put it this way: we go to class to learn jiu-jitsu. I am a white belt, very much so.
And you get your butt kicked.
Every
Yep,
time.
and you get paid for
every
it. You
time
pay
we go.
for
It's
it.
fun to watch.
Yes.
Jiu-jitsu is cool. It's
Yeah,
awesome.
it's
Great skills to know.
It's fun. Well, yeah, my daughter's she's just awesome. Especially my
awesome.
oldest daughter and my youngest daughter is starting to pick it up too. It's fun to watch. So I get thrashed by I get thrashed.
You can
and
pay money
so-
for it.
You pay money to get beat up.
And so I ended up yes, I ended up with a pretty bad neck strain. You guys know I've been like uncomfortable.
Yeah.
So Saturday I was like, I don't care. I have meds. I'm going.
From a doctor, just to be clear. He didn't
Yes,
find them on
yeah,
the streets.
no. I had not hard meds, just
Prescribed. Yeah.
just meds.
Prescribed medication.
Just meds. So Saturday I go, and
to King of Prussia, just to be.
Well, no. I mean, I went to go train.
Oh, okay.
I went to train Saturday morning.
And
well-
then you went to King of Prussia.
Yes, that's why I was high. So I go, I do the techniques, and then I'm like, there's just no way.
Do you do the drugs after?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Oh yeah. So I go to the techniques that they go to do their rolling. You would call it sparring, whatever.
Okay.
I sat out. I did do what we call flow rolling in the beginning. And as soon as I started doing it, I was like, oh man, you screwed up. Because I just remember my back getting into the mat and just feeling the pain just shoot around my neck. And I was like, you're an idiot. So anyway, I didn't stop. I just kept going. So by the time I get back to my house, I'm trying to pretend that I'm not hurt because I know my wife wants to go to the mall.
Because you're a good husband.
But I can't move, so I'm moving like this.
And she probably notices.
Oh yeah,
Because she's a nurse.
She goes, "You're an idiot." I'm like, "I know. Let me just get in the shower. I'll be fine." So so I decided to take a muscle relaxer. Now I don't take medication. Never. I don't go to the doctor. I mean, I go to the doctor like every 2 years.
This is why you're in this position, John.
This is probably true. So actually, I'm really in this position because I'm 38 years old.
And I want to say
combat sports, but
that John says he doesn't take any medication, but the ibuprofen that I keep at my desk, beg to differ. I mean, before this injury, I feel like every other week, John comes over to me and is like, "Hey, you have some ibuprofen." So let's just be clear about medication.
Okay. All right. What's hard prescription medication?
Yes.
How's that?
Okay. That's better.
My kidneys are in rough shape. So I was like really hurting. So I took a muscle relaxer to like try to loosen up my neck. And we drove about a half an hour, and I was driving, and I was like, I'm not going to make it. So I pull over, and I said to my wife, like, you have to drive. I cannot drive. So we're still like an hour away because this is like a big
Did
mall.
you not
it's
drive
far
just
away.
because you were in so much pain?
No, I was falling asleep. So I fall asleep.
And to add it all up, you decided. I mean, the living hell it is.
At one of the largest malls in the East Coast, King of
Before
Prussia.
Christmas.
Oh, yeah.
Before
Christmas.
Christmas.
Well,
on a
it's-
Saturday.
On a Saturday.
But I was high. It was fantastic. So we switch drivers. All I know is I get in the passenger seat, recline the seat. I wake up. My wife's waking me up. We're there. I remember nothing.
Is
Well,
it
that's
like
good. So you don't remember
this-
the traffic. That's good.
So with the muscle relaxer, because I've never taken one, obviously it relaxes your muscles. Is it like you sort of lose control of them? Like, is it like a sort of cerebral palsy thing? Or
you're
like,
just sleepy. Like you just like.
okay.
I mean, I fell asleep, but
Okay.
again, I don't take meds.
You're not like, I feel like I can't control stuff. That's how relaxed they are.
No, I just don't move
Okay.
fast either. I'm like,
Gotcha.
So-
Okay.
so we get out, and I just remember like we're like walking through the mall, and my wife's just walking too fast. Like I can't keep up.
Are your kids like, what the heck is wrong
Yes,
with you?
yes. Everyone is moving faster than me. I'm like moving like, I mean, it was funny. But what was great was, I mean, we stood in line for Santa, which is like one of the main reasons why we went was they
Yeah.
do this like huge Santa thing, and my wife likes the pictures there, and the kids like it.
Gotcha.
So
Do
we
your
did
two
that.
daughters just do Santa though, because your one's older, right?
No, it's a mandatory family
Oh.
picture. All the girls must have their picture taken with
Even
Santa.
your 14-year-old.
Yeah, yeah.
God
Yep.
bless her.
Yeah. Yeah. And so that was my Saturday. I also fell asleep on the way home. But yeah, but good news. I woke up Sunday morning. Whatever I did, I broke it loose.
Oh, great.
This is the best. I mean, it's still a little sore, but this is the best I felt.
Okay.
But you're not going to go to.
Oh no, I'm going tonight.
Okay, well. You
Well,
know.
good luck.
Best.
Well,
We'll
you'll know how I
check in
feel in the
I know
again.
morning
you're
tomorrow.
going to come in tomorrow and you're going to
Yeah, we'll check in later this week to see if that was a decision
Let's just
that
put it
paid
this
off
way.
well.
I may be
or
I may
not.
be sick tomorrow.
Oh my goodness.
All right.
Wow.
So I don't. Did anybody see this? Gosh,
That
I don't know how to put this with Antonio Brown.
his publicity stunt video.
Like if you want to like if Antonio Brown wants to make like people believe that he doesn't want attention and that he just wants to play football, this is the last thing that he should do. Like he
Yeah,
should just
I agree.
he just keeps digging himself a hole.
Yeah, it's called karma.
Well, it's also called like don't rape people. Like I don't know.
Just don't be a jerk and don't touch people that don't want to be touched.
I mean, it's pretty simple. Plus, he definitely Antonio. Okay, so I don't know a ton about football. I know who Antonio Brown is. Okay, because
Weird.
I am from Pittsburgh. I know about the Steelers.
Does that make you a defunct Pittsburgh Steelers fan?
I would say yes. I mean, it's very, and I know that all places have their like pride.
Do you
in
know what the
there.
terrible towel is?
Yeah,
Okay,
you like.
that was
Look
disappointing.
around.
Do
Yeah,
you
yeah,
know
yeah.
that when you have a Heinz ketchup bottle and if you hit the thing?
I don't know that. What is that? I don't know, but I have been on Heinz Field before, so
Why?
whatever.
For what?
I did pit band day camp when I was in high school. I didn't do band in college, but I did, and I got to march on the field at one of the pit games. It was cool. Like, I mean, yeah, it was a cool experience. But anyway, Steelers fans are just, I think, people that you don't want to like piss off,
He's just a jerk.
and so
He's just a jerk.
It's just like
And now it's becoming like pathetic.
he has too much time on his hands. He's like he
Like,
has
definitely
like
will have too much time
he
on his
has a-
hands
He
now.
has a dedicated videographer like to create videos for him on YouTube just to like get pity. It's like I just don't. This is just asking for people to hate you. Like,
and
Well, it's too late for that.
well, I know it's already
Yeah.
too late for that,
You
but
know
like you're gonna dig yourself a hole
You know what he
deep.
needs to do? He needs to do what like every person that gets like in America that people hate and they tear down and destroy. He needs to sit down and shut up for like 3 months and then go do some nonprofit thing
yeah,
and
and get
have
a
a
picture.
comeback.
Well, here's the thing though,
and
that's
he'll be and people will love him.
I know, but like that's
This is what we do in America. We
that's-
tear our favorite people
And
down.
like, let's not pretend that there
Okay.
aren't plenty of NFL players
Hold
that
on.
have touched people questionably.
But like, that's just totally PR. Like this is like the whole American
This
thing.
is the
It's
worst
just
PR
like,
ever.
It's not
oh,
good.
do we have it? Are we gonna-
we can't play it
Oh,
because
okay.
YouTube will
Okay,
take it
okay.
down.
But do you remember? Okay,
We'll
this
link
kind
to
of
it.
reminds me of like the Kevin. Do you remember when Kevin Spacey had all the allegations?
Oh yes,
And then
that
he came out with that
creepy
creepy video.
That was so creepy.
This isn't quite as creepy, but that reminds me of this.
Well, it was.
Because it's like, what are you doing?
It was disgusting.
But
like-
he was
that was-
pretending
I
to
was creeped
be
out.
his character in House of Cards in that
Doesn't
video, right?
matter. It's still
no,
creepy
but I
as
just mean like
hell.
at least Antonio Brown is. Hey, I'm Antonio Brown. One thing I didn't like about it too was I do get that he was like, you know what was hard? Getting kicked out of college, growing up on the streets. I'm not saying like those aren't hard things, but I'm kind of like plenty of people have gone through that and like they haven't raped people. I don't know. Like just saying.
I just think that he needs to get a new manager.
He needs to get a new publicist, probably.
He's gonna,
He should just stay at home and just
you
be
have to
with
wonder.
his family. He should just quit
Yeah.
everything. Like, just stay at
it-
home. You have kids.
You have money.
You have money. Just stay at home. Stop asking for all this attention. I mean, he says he wants to play football, but like, if that was actually true,
You'd
I
shut
mean,
up.
pretty much everybody knows
Yeah,
the
you would.
easy steps to get back into your football career, and he's not taking any of these steps,
No.
which are pretty easy. Like,
Well,
so
I mean,
that
he's
makes me
just an
think he
idiot.
just cares about the spotlight. So,
I mean, I hate to say.
Yeah.
Well, no, I'm not gonna. There's some easy things that there's some things he could do. He's obviously not serious. So, all right, we're done on dummy. So,
screw you. That was easy.
That
That was easy. Yeah,
Let's
exactly.
move around. All right, let's go. So, we're gonna. I'm gonna call an audible. So
Okay.
I was perusing when I was not high.
Okay, good
I was-
clarification.
Well, maybe I was. I was perusing the internet, and as you know, I love to go through the Reddit, just Reddit.
Sure.
It's just hilarious.
It's
Yeah.
endless entertainment.
Yeah,
It
is.
is.
It is endless
It's a
entertainment.
rabbit hole.
And we usually do one an episode. And I think as long as Reddit continues to make me laugh, we're gonna do it.
I'm sure it will.
But this one I felt was near and dear to my heart, which is, what is the biggest lie or most memorable lie that a girl has ever said to you? You know. So I'm gonna kick it off with my favorite one that I read, which was, this happened. He said this. The guy was saying this happened to his friend, which is
it's him.
liar.
It's him.
Anyway, so he said he met this girl at a party. The two of them hit it off immediately. He asked for her address, which is a little weird, but
Yeah.
he asked for her
Yeah.
address and she gave it to him so he could pick her up later.
Also creepy.
Yeah, exactly. Now, this is also kind of gives me the kind of idea that this is within the modern era and this isn't just some old guy. It says when he punched her address into his phone and went to drive to her house a few days later, he couldn't find it because it was an open field at the edge of town.
Ooh. Well, that makes me think that there's more to this story than just, we're casually, talking.
I don't think you hit
and
it
then-
off.
Yeah, I was going to say, if she gives you a fake address, then there's something more to this story. Women don't just give fake addresses and fake phone numbers just because
Yeah.
they want to be, a douche. They do it because you're creepy or
Yeah.
because they're not interested and you won't stop. That's usually what happens.
She was not interested.
Here's the thing.
Definitely
Sometimes
not. She was interested in a field. Put him in an open field. That's what she was interested in.
here's the thing. I've definitely done this. I haven't given anybody a fake address before. I don't think I've given a fake phone number to anyone. But there's definitely something. If you're on a date with somebody or somebody's talking to you and they won't leave you alone, yeah, you fake it. Guys can get, I feel all butthurt over and they're like, she was so nice to me. No, I was just trying not to be a douche to you, but you're a creep. No, I don't want to go out with you.
All right, I have a question.
Yeah.
So from the last episode, the guy that whipped it out.
Yeah.
Okay. What happened when he wanted the next date?
He didn't. So here's a funny thing. So after that, he was trying to talk to me still, blah, blah. And I would text him back, whatever, casually. We weren't talking as much. I think he knew, I was trying to go out with you again. Because I sadly feel I'm pretty obvious when I don't want to go out with you again. And so, well, and also on that date, to clarify, after he whipped it out, when we were in a public
to clarify,
place.
he whipped it out because he had to go to the bathroom.
Yeah.
He had to go to the
and-
bathroom.
And he peed in a public park.
I was going to say, hopefully if a dude just whipped it out, you would just leave immediately.
I would. If
that
you whipped it
happened.
out, I'd be
He went to pee in a public place.
Yeah, yeah.
Bad, but not quite as bad.
not quite as bad.
Just to
He
clarify.
prefaced it as, I have to go to the bathroom. So it wasn't quite he just whipped it out of nowhere. Like the Seinfeld episode. Anyways.
He whipped it out.
He whipped it out. Anyways, if you don't know, look that up. But anyways, so also on that day we were in a cafe afterwards, and he had a beard, and he was talking about how he'd gotten hit on a lot for having a beard, which I think is not true, but whatever, I was letting him have his moment. And he turns to me and goes, I finally knew what it was like to be a girl that had, and Andrew, you have to bleep this out, big t-. And I was like, what? Also, I was definitely like, okay. But also, I was just like, not sure how to respond to that. And so I just remember saying to him, like, haha, like, right. Like, it was really awkward. So both of those combined, I was like, definitely not seeing you again. And so I was pretty like distant when I said bye to him, whatever, and not talk to him that much. I think he got the hint. And then he just like ghosted me, sort of. Like, I didn't talk to him, which I thought was poor because I thought you at least, and I had met him online, but like at least with if you've gone out with somebody a couple times, which this was like our 4th date, you kind of at least are like, hey, I just think we're both not feeling it, but like best of luck. But, clearly if you're immature enough to like be in a public place and like say that to me, you're dumb maturity. So I didn't have to lie, but I do have a great story. This summer I went out with somebody and he was a nice guy. He just was awkward. And like for the viewers, like I'm a strong Christian. He was a Christian, but like he was an awkward Christian. He was homeschooled and it was bad. And so anyways,
Yeah.
like to be clarified, like I love the Lord, but I also want somebody I can say like penis in front of. Like that's just what I want. And so anyways, that was not him.
Sure.
And so anyways,
Where's this going?
I don't know.
I'm gonna
I
finish.
feel like I'm
Anyways.
getting ready to like yank her down.
We
Like,
need another audible, John. Another audible.
Anyways, so I went on a date with him. He was nice.
I've lost control, Nate.
He shows me a picture of him. He was a preschool teacher where he had dressed up as Buddy the Elf for his preschoolers. Yes. And I just fake it on that date and be like,
Yellow
wow,
tights.
that's so clever. Like, so bad. He thought it went super well. And so he texts me the next day, goes into it, and texts me and goes, so what was the most interesting thing about me? And I was like, I didn't want to see you again. I didn't say that, of course. I just was like, oh, I don't know, like maybe the buddy elf thing, like such a weird thing not to say. And then he was like, so when are we going to do this again? And I was like, actually, like you seem great, but I just think I don't see this being a long-term thing. So like best wishes. And then he was like, oh, okay. But like, no, I just think sometimes it's not guys' fault for not reading the cues. Girls, I do think, myself included, just fake it too well sometimes. But I think at the end of the day, would you rather want somebody to lie or would you want somebody to tell you you're a creep to your face? I mean, you just have to decide which is better for you.
Yeah. I mean, no.
I don't know how you top that one, Nate. I don't know how you top that one.
I remember.
And Antonio, the audio guy, who's
His
filling
name
in for us
is
today.
Anthony. You don't even know his
Anthony.
name.
Antonio, I'm sorry. I'll keep looking at this Antonio Brown thing on my. It's the morning. Oh, he liked that one. I don't feel like I could top that. So
when I was okay, so now I'm happily married and with the love of my
Yay.
life. But when I was in high school, how you have lots of flings and all that stuff. There was this girl that we liked each other. We both told each other we liked each other.
And then you never dated because that's how you do.
Oh yeah, that's totally how you do. And she.
Talk.
So one of my friends told me.
That she
This
liked
is
you.
this isn't a story. Well, I'll just tell the story. She told one of her friends told me. She's like, yeah, so are you guys kind of like dating? Are you guys like boyfriend and girlfriend? I was like, well, we're not really official yet, but we talk and, she said she liked me. And this girl says, well, I saw her at her school and she's like hanging out and kissing this other guy and doing all this stuff. I was like, damn, what the heck? So I texted her, like confronted her about it. And I was like, yo, what the heck? Like you said you liked me, you said you want to be with me, and now you're like kissing this other guy. And she's like, I know, I'm so sorry. I didn't know it to be like this. And I was like, you can't like just.
But it is like this.
I was like, you can't string like two guys along. You have to pick
Oh yes,
one.
she can. No, she doesn't.
And she goes, I pick you. And I was like,
Oh,
nah, I don't care.
Oh.
wow, that's pretty bad though.
Oh.
But he's happily married now, so it worked out for the best.
I don't really
but
care anymore.
Well,
Those stories are just funny.
at least she owned it because I think sadly a lot of girls would be like, "What are you talking about? I'm not with somebody else." Like,
Listen,
So
my
at least
wife,
you owned it.
my wife just lies to me on probably a daily basis just to placate me.
hey, sometimes you need it.
Hey,
so.
whatever. Like I'm totally okay with it. I
little lies that don't hurt feelings.
I
are
do
fine.
like-
You know what my wife does though? This is what she'll do. She just won't tell me stuff.
So it's not really a lie.
No, so it's not a lie, but it'll be like, there'll be some family event, right? Or some event that she knows I like, don't want to go to, and all of a sudden it'll be like the day before.
Okay.
Oh, hey, just so you know, what? What do you? Well, sorry, we have to go. Yeah, like
I respect it. Way to go, Lou.
I'm like what? So that's generally what
Those are
happens to me.
great.
I mean, yeah, I'm stupid, so women just lie to me all the time. So my 7-year-old lies to me. Everyone lies to me.
Oh gosh.
Whatever. All right. So you said you watched a bunch of movies this weekend.
I did.
Okay. I actually did not. Maybe I. Oh no, I did watch one. But we watched an older movie. We didn't watch a Christmas movie. So it's that time of year now.
It is Christmas.
So unfortunately, because I live in a house with a bunch of women, I have seen every single Hallmark movie that there is, starting in October, except for the new releases.
Well, they're all the same. So.
Wow,
Well, there's two storylines.
You must be so cultured.
Bro.
So cultured.
Listen, I actually heard the woman that wrote those, that does the Hallmark movies. I've heard her speak. She's an amazing person.
She's making that bang.
Well, she was, she has a really great story. I can't remember her name off the top of my head, but I actually heard her do a speech. She was like, raped when she was young. Her mother and her brother were murdered. Like,
oh my gosh.
yeah, she's an amazing. The woman one of the main women that write those is amazing. However, I just wish we could get past the two storylines. It's either the jerk girl or the jerk boyfriend, and
it's always like you're with somebody from a big town, and then you go back home to a small town, and you find your high school sweetheart.
Do you still do people still watch the Hallmark Channel? Like, is that?
Oh,
dude,
yeah.
Are you kidding me? It's the most watched cable channel from like October to January.
Especially Christmas is their sweet spot.
Like, people really like go to Hallmark and watch Christmas.
Well, you can get the app too.
Yes.
Like, I thought Hallmark
Maybe on
was just
cable.
kind of like
No.
something that like people just kind of coined the term because they came from Hallmark.
Oh,
and, like,
no,
they're just
it's-
cheesy.
I cannot wait for you to experience this.
I'm not going to, dude. I'm cutting the cable as soon as I have. See,
No.
my wife actually isn't quite into those like cheesy. Like,
Oh, just wait.
she likes the classic ones more.
Yeah.
And then me, I'm just like, they're all kind of overrated.
I would say
that's just me. I'm
The
a
thing
Grinch.
about Hallmark,
Oh, yeah.
that he is a
That's right.
Grinch.
Nate hates everything Christmas.
He hates Christmas.
It's not the truth, but we can roll with that bit if you want to go with that bit. I just think here's my thing. So Christmas movies probably I think Home Alone is good. Like, I think that is a good Christmas movie.
You may
Well-
lose your right to talk in this
I
conversation.
hate Home Alone, whatever.
But most Christmas movies are not nearly as good as people hype them up to be. It's mostly
Oh
no.
like,
They're very
it's
overrated.
It's
It's nostalgia.
nostalgic and like people just it's like Christmas music. Like Christmas
Oh,
music
yeah,
has
it's
been
not good.
overplayed like every single year, a million times, the same songs, and then just gets redone and remixed by a different artist. And
Bro, it's been on in my house since October.
yeah,
Same
it's
on my
just like,
Spotify playlist.
I can't get down with that. I'm the type of person who needs to mix things up, and I just
All right.
I don't know. I can't watch the same movie multiple times a year and listen to the same Christmas music. It just gets old,
Do you listen to Christmas music?
Because my wife listens to Christmas music. I do not.
Not voluntarily.
Not voluntarily.
Okay.
Okay.
I don't hate it. It's
what
just
about,
like I would do without it.
All right. So you won't listen to it at all, like by yourself.
No, not by myself.
Not
Like
at
if
all.
you're in the car, and none
Nope.
of it.
Well, not.
Wow, you're a
I will-
Grinch.
You are a Grinch.
Sure, yeah.
What about
fine.
what if
What
it's
about
like
on Christmas?
Yeah,
Like
what
it's
about
Christmas
Christmas Day?
Eve.
Like I mean, I'm listening to it. Well, on Christmas Eve, you're with family and they're playing Christmas music, so it's like.
Yeah, but
okay?
like
But if you had a choice, what
if you
would
were
you
driving
listen
to your family's on Christmas Eve, would you listen to it?
No, probably not. No.
Oh my gosh!
But like why? Like, if I don't really enjoy it, why would I listen?
If you lived by yourself, would you put up a Christmas tree?
Oh, a Christmas tree. Yeah, I would.
You would?
Yeah, and
Okay.
I still would. If I lived by myself, I would still buy people gifts. If I lived by myself, I'd
Well,
still.
gifts are different.
I would
Everybody
still
likes
probably
gifts.
I would still probably put up a Christmas tree. And
Okay, because not
do,
all
like,
single men, I think, would.
Minimal decoration, probably.
No.
No, probably not.
No.
Especially because also you have to think about if you're a single dude, you're probably going to your
Families
family's
that
house.
have a tree.
Like you're probably going to your families
Yeah.
for the holidays. Like you're not going to use it unless you have a serious relationship. Your SO.
See, I
Or
feel like that's
maybe-
why I would have to have the tree. If I was single,
You
I
need
feel
some
like I feel
joy.
like well, I know you have
Yeah.
to have the tree because if you have your date come over or something,
You're like, I love Christmas.
I
Look
wanna
at
have
me,
a
I'm
tree.
Santa Claus.
I feel like
Sure.
you have to
No,
have
yeah,
that.
it's really romantic. I mean, right
Yeah.
now our house looks hella Christmas right now
Oh my
because my
gosh.
wife loves Christmas. We have
Who
this
doesn't?
we have this
Nate.
cozy little house.
How many Christmas trees do you have in your house?
What one?
I have two.
I have 5.
What? You have 5?
Are they all real or
Dude,
is
I
some
didn't
of
put
them
them up.
fake?
Yeah.
This dude has 5 Christmas trees in his house.
So the girls have one in each of their rooms.
Real
So-
or fake?
Oh, they're fake. Yeah,
They're all fake. Okay,
And then we
cool.
have the creme de la creme
Like the
Christmas
big
tree.
one.
Is in
The
our
living
living
room.
room by the window.
Oh.
Right. Right. My wife put that one up probably the day after Halloween.
But Thanksgiving was late this year, so
Right.
gotta get the joy
That
out.
was literally her excuse. Well, Thanksgiving's late this year. It's only a few weeks.
As
So-
for an adult, I told my mom I can put my tree up whenever I want. Like that's part of being an adult is I don't have to have my mom tell me we have to wait till after Thanksgiving. I can put it up.
No, yeah, and that's totally fair. And like I have to say, I don't quell anybody's Christmas passion. Like if people want to listen to Christmas music in
bro, we're
November
in
and October, like I don't care. I mean, like it's
You just
your-
don't want to have to.
like
which is fair.
don't force me to like
To like it.
to like it more than I already do. I will listen to it. My friends all like Christmas music, so if we're hanging out, they'll play it, and I will tolerate it, and I'll be fine. But like,
in your privacy of your own headphones.
yeah, if I'm working, I'm not gonna be listening to Christmas music if
Don't
I'm
come
working
to
on video.
downstairs because
That's all.
it's on.
Yeah, and our last tree is in the basement. Now, you know what? So I know we were going to talk about Christmas movies, but I got to talk. So I had a dad moment on
Do
Saturday.
tell.
It
When
was-
you were on drugs.
No, I was not on drugs yet. This was on the way to
Okay,
jiu-jitsu.
okay.
This was on the way. So we're driving to jiu-jitsu, and I got my 7-year-old with me. And so she asked me this question.
Oh no.
She asked me the question.
The sex question or
No,
Santa?
the Santa question.
Oh.
She's 7, Rachel.
I mean, she could. There's some 7-year-olds who know what penises of a.
Oh,
I mean, like,
gosh.
It's
So-
not that weird.
Oh.
Usually
that's
the
a
question.
legit, that's
It's
a legit
legit
question.
guess.
That's
Is
a
there-
legit question.
Can you tell who's thirsty here? Anyway.
I'm not thirsty. I
so-
just was wondering.
So she asked me the question if Santa's real. And so I was like, well,
Oh no.
and I said, well, why are you asking?
Ooh, turn it around.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. Always answer a question with a question.
Okay.
So I was like, well, why are you asking? She's like, well, and so, come to find out,
Someone told her.
no, thank God. So come to find out, she heard some kids, the older kids at jiu-jitsu, and some of the older kids at school were talking about how they were making fun of other kids for believing that Santa's real. And so like we're talking kids that are like 12, 13,
Yeah, right.
11 years old. So
Want to
they're
ruin the
older.
magic for children.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So she was concerned
She'd get made fun of.
that she would get made fun of.
Aww.
So we had to negotiate that whole. I was like, listen, honey, I was like, there's lots of things that you're going to believe in life that people may not agree with you or believe in.
Way to
at
make it
all.
deep.
Oh, yeah. I went right for it.
Right for it.
So I was like, listen, like, if people make fun of you because of something that you believe in, like, who cares? Like, you have to, stand up for what you believe in. And then she asked me again, so is Santa real? I just didn't answer the question.
Yeah.
I just didn't answer it.
She's like, that's great and all, Dad, but like.
No, I turned the
For
music and I
real.
was like, oh, this is a great song. Turned it up
Mine?
and
That's
she
a good
started
way to turn
singing.
it around. But the fact is that like eventually she'll find out that Santa's not real.
Bro,
and I'm not
she's
saying
7.
it's easy. I'm not saying
She's
it's
7.
easy,
Like
but-
I'm not going for it.
My mom always said, so she did it perfectly because we would ask her and she would say, he's always real if you believe he's real. Which is true. So she was always like, I didn't lie to you.
Well, I hit the whole St. Nicholas thing.
Well, he was a
Who
real
was a
man.
real person.
Yeah, that's true.
It's true.
So that was, we hit, yeah. So that was a good dad moment.
What would you say if she said, Daddy, do you believe in Santa Claus?
I would say yes. I believe that St. Nicholas was a real person.
Oh, I just about my head. I'm so sorry.
All right. So I hear that you have some.
Christmas gifts.
You wanted to know if these are good gifts for guys, right?
Yeah, I just wanted to get some funny ones. I looked at, I think, Cosmo and then on Amazon, just like looking up
Cosmo, there's a great place
top
to pick out.
gifts and just seeing some of the, it's mostly a mix of funny stuff, but there's some good ones I have later on. I can tell you about some of them. Okay, so we're going to go, which way do I swipe? All right, so the first one is
Oh,
this
wow.
reindeer mankini. It's obviously a gag gift, but, do you think that you would want to wear that if your wife got it for you? Or either of your wives? It's nice that you're both married. That's easy. How much would you have to be
I
paid
am
to put it
actually-
on as a gag
I
gift?
am a lot. I'm actually speechless.
I don't know if I can make it bigger.
Same. I mean, I also love that the face is like right there.
I do.
Cradle in the balls.
I don't know what to say. Like,
I'm just looking at it and I'm like,
It was the top. I looked at gag gifts and it was the top one, but it is a great gag gift.
I don't think.
you know what I would do with that?
I don't think I would wear it. Like, I don't think.
You know what I would do with
Well, I
that?
don't think normal people do wear it.
I would. Oh, someone does.
No, I'm saying like if my wife asked me to wear it, I
They're
would
probably
not.
gonna get some ho ho
Like,
ho
I would
that
actually
night. You know what I'm
put
saying?
that.
That was a horrible joke.
I know.
That was just
I
horrible.
mean, I applaud you for trying.
That was, oh, gosh, that
Try
was
again later.
bad. So You know what I would do with that? I would take one of the Christmas figurines that's in my house,
No.
and I would put it on them. That's what I would
How
do.
big are your figurines?
I have 5 Christmas trees in my
That's
house.
true. That's a stupid question. Would you put it on like Frosty? Merry Christmas.
I'd
You have like a full blown model like
Yeah,
that
that's
could wear
what I
that.
mean.
You know what? You know what we have?
You're
You know
not.
what I would
Are
do?
you gonna answer
We
my
have the
question?
Noel girl that kind of moves with the candle. Go right on the Noel girl.
Ooh. Okay.
All right.
Number 2 is a redneck back scratcher. As you can see, it says it's big.
Yeah, I
this
love
is just
that.
helpful if
I
you're
love that
itchy.
caption. It's big.
Can I ask a question? It's a rake. What makes it redneck?
I just think it depends on the person. I think it could be a toy rake for your child, or you could use it to scratch your back.
By the way, notice though the guy that they used actually has a farmer's tan.
That's because he's a redneck.
I don't know if you can pick that up on the
Also,
camera.
I
hair-
can see
Can
in the
you zoom
hairy.
in? Can you hit like
I don't
command
know how to-
command plus? Hit command plus.
Please don't zoom in on the reindeer thing.
will.
look,
It's
we're
going
going
in.
the wrong way.
There it is. No, I'm just kidding. Okay, here's the redneck back scratcher. So yeah, you can see the farmer's
There's a little
tan,
farmer's tan there.
and the hat. I don't even know what is that.
That's a crappy wig.
Yeah, I think it's a crappy wig.
All right, let's go to the next one.
So, but it's
does that
redneck
say?
because it
Yeah,
says
it's
redneck.
the best, or at least the biggest back scratcher on the planet.
I don't
All
think
right.
it's true.
Yeah,
but
this is boring.
Yeah, next.
Next.
Don't buy me that.
I flexed and the sleeves fell off. Workout shirt.
No.
If you want, if you think that like, if your boyfriend or your husband is an F boy, then yeah, you can get them that.
But would you be offended if you got it from your significant
I
other?
would-
I wouldn't even know what to do. No, my wife.
I would be offended that she would think that I would like that because she knows that I would not like that. But I'd be like, why would you give me this?
Okay, this is actually like a gift I kept seeing come up, this next one, that I was sort of intrigued by. It's not like a bad one. It's like, I think it seems really boring, but basically you can get your birthday, like every day the newspaper of your birthday from like when you were born till this current year
Okay.
from the New York Times. Is that something people would actually want? It just
No.
came up on a couple
If
times.
you're like a history nerd, yeah,
yeah,
definitely.
I didn't think it was horrible, but
Also, if you're like maybe like, I could definitely see like my father-in-law or my dad like.
yeah,
in
like
See,
there.
older
that's-
generation.
This is not something I would want. I'd
Yeah.
literally, what is this?
I wouldn't want it, but I did see it on a couple lists, so I thought it would interesting to get.
Or if you're a
takes.
history, yeah, like I said,
if you're a
history
history buff.
like just kind of like
Old
if you're
man.
into older stuff, but probably not for your 22-year-old boyfriend.
Probably not.
Probably not.
Okay. Oh, this is a Norse beer drinking or like
Speaking of Aesir, but continue.
Aesir. Yeah, goblet thing. I don't really know, but you can drink out of it. So
I mean, that's kind of cool.
That
I
is
thought
cool.
it would maybe be cool if like you could get that coupled with like your husband or boyfriend's like favorite beer or drink of choice. It's not something they'd actually use, but it'd be cool to get a picture of, put it on Facebook. Oh look, ha ha ha.
I like it.
I think that's cool. I just got back from Iceland. That would have been epic to like fill that up with beer and then like I don't know.
Yeah,
stand on a
I
mountain
thought
or something, like just drink like feel so
Stand on a
epic, just, like,
mountain. Missed
Or-
opportunities.
that could be cool.
Go hiking when you get up to the pinnacle. Take your flask out.
I could
Just-
yes. I could see this like like when you're like at like a house party and someone just like pulls this out.
Yeah,
of the
that's what I
cabinet,
kinda
and you're,
think.
like and you just have like a chugging like competition.
That's
like,
kind of what I
that
was
could be
thinking
cool,
too. Like
you
it'd be
know?
good for guests or again just to take some funny pictures with.
You are giggly today.
Audio Anthony is.
Audio
Okay,
Anthony.
this I thought was funny.
just makes it
HelloFresh
funny.
membership. I actually saw it come up a lot. Would you be like I can't cook, so part of me is kind of like would
So is this for you?
no, but yeah, I think it's a good gift if
Or
you're a
for
woman.
us?
If you're a woman that can't cook and you're a bad cook, like couldn't this
You
be
could
a
still
good
cook.
gift?
If you're a bad cook, you could still screw that up. You could still burn
I've
it.
used it before. I feel like it's kind of hard, but I feel like I don't know.
You use HelloFresh?
We've
No,
used
I
it.
I just used the
Oh.
like the free.
We go
2
on and
weeks.
off.
Okay.
We go on and off with it.
I liked it, but
I wish we would go back to it.
Is
but-
it affordable?
uh,
Or is it more of this efficient? That's
So
what it
if you
is.
go out to eat a lot because you don't want to cook, and you're going out to eat like 3 nights a week, and you're either living with your girlfriend or boyfriend or whoever, and you're
I would say
going out to eat 3 times a week, yeah, you should do it.
I would say if
Um,
you have a family too, like
Okay.
if you,
Yeah.
because you could, it's cheaper per like people you have.
If you're
there's like
single,
2 of
just
you,
stick with the ramen.
yeah. If you're
Just
single,
stick-
it's not worth
just stick
it.
with the ramen.
add a little bit of soy sauce,
Yeah.
Yeah,
maybe throw in a vegetable.
But it actually is really good. Yeah, I mean, for Christmas though,
that was on a bunch of lists. Cosmo had it like top 5. I think it's not a very good gift. The only thing I could think is like if you have been with somebody for a long time, it's a joke that they're a horrible cook. I could see maybe, but I think it's more of a gift that benefits her than you. But I don't know. I mean, I don't think. Yeah, it was horrible. I don't
All right.
think. I think that's
Let's go next.
that's all I
Let's
had.
go to the next. That's it. Well, all right. What do you think would be a good gift then?
What would be a good gift? So I think personally, I like to give gifts, and so one, you need to know like your audience. I think like, I don't know, any sort of tech thing you can't go super wrong with. Also, I would say guys like shoes and socks. Like you get fun socks, fun shoes, depending on the guy. Not fun shoes, just like guys like shoes, I think.
I mean, it depends. I mean, like I have some friends that are like they would love to get a new pair, like a nice pair of socks for Christmas, and I know some guys who'd just be like,
Well, not socks so much as just, I know, especially in like the business world, wearing fun socks is kind of like what people can do because they have to dress so corporately. I don't know. I have friends that like wear fun socks.
I mean, I like the thought, but
It's a no
I would
from
say
Nate.
I think you should have stayed with your first.
No
the
shoes,
tech.
no socks.
I think the tech
Tech
you
is
can't really
always a
go
great-
wrong with.
Like I would say like a good speaker, like a Bluetooth speaker.
Yeah,
or
my wi-
headphones,
My wife
AirPods.
gets me good stuff, man.
I would say, I mean,
She gets me knives. I got a really cool Bluetooth
Yeah,
speaker.
I think you just have to think about like
Yeah.
what they would need if they, yeah, not that, or like I know I have friends that they do like with their families, just like something you need, something you want, something to wear, and something to read, and you can kind of like apply that to like most people you get gifts for.
Yeah, and also sports teams. Like I mean,
Yeah, I was thinking like jerseys. I also
if
think
they have
too.
like 2 or 3 sports teams that they follow, you can really never go wrong with.
No,
getting
you
them
can't go wrong
different.
with a jersey.
I'm a big fan too of like experience gifts too. Like, oh, let's get tickets to go somewhere,
That's
or
cool.
like
Yeah, that's
do
also a
something
good one,
like
yeah.
that, just because, especially if they're into a sports team, that's fun. Or even I know my friend for her husband last year, she got him. He's really into like not NASCAR, but he works for Tesla, and so he likes cars and stuff. And she got him. Like they went to a racetrack and he got to like drive cars. For
Oh,
a
the
day or
experience
something.
thing.
Yeah,
that's
and
cool.
so
That's
like
cool.
Oh, yeah,
stuff
that's
like
a
that
good
is cool.
gift,
So
yeah.
I'm more of a like, oh, kind of even like when we were talking earlier about like potential gifts for wives and stuff in the office, like people were talking about doing weekend trips or something. Like I
Yeah.
think that's kind of fun. You could both do something, and I think at least I have in my experience, this might not be true for all guys, like I think guys like when you're interested or try to pretend to be interested in the stuff they're interested in.
I don't think you have to try to pretend. I think that you just have to.
Like
Just
if you're
participating
willing,
is, like,
yeah,
good
that's
enough
what I
for
mean.
us.
Like if you're willing
Accepting,
to,
you know?
if your like husband or boyfriend or whatever is really into camping, and you're like, hey, we're gonna go on a camping trip, and I like won't complain about it. I feel like that's a great
Well,
gift.
like example, like Lou will occasionally go to class with us at jiu-jitsu, but she's
She doesn't
it's-
love it, but
it's
she's
tough
gonna
for
do
her.
it. Yeah.
But she'll come and be there and be and stuff like that. So yeah, I think that and guys appreciate that. Like
Yeah.
if you just come along like
Yeah.
like we know you're not happy. We just want you to be miserable and
Or
enjoy
ju-
it with
or,
us.
or no, just let let them enjoy their thing. Like if you go to a concert,
Right.
you know, my wife isn't like as big into concerts, but like when
She'll
she
go
comes,
with you.
when
Yeah.
she comes along, she just has a good time, just
Right.
does the best she
right.
can.
But
know,
you
and
just
that's
better make sure you return the favor.
just I mean,
Yeah,
just
but I
don't
think
complain,
that's
it.
like there's a quid
Right.
pro quo for sure.
Yeah.
Like-
no, you can't. Yes.
So,
don't
but I
You're
complain.
going to the mall on Saturday, 2 Saturdays before Christmas.
But I think, but I think
Complain.
that's the part of any relationship is kind of the give and take. But I like experience gifts a lot because I think they're a little bit more personal, and then it's fun to have something to look forward to, especially
right. And then you
after
make a memory, right?
Yeah, and especially and we could put it in that memory book that you'd come up with. Especially after Christmas when there isn't a whole lot going on. Like right now with Thanksgiving, Christmas, and New Year's, like there's so much, and then you have a really big blank space of nothingness. And so if you can plan something in like February, March, January. That's like something to hold you through like the rest of the winter too, which I think is kind of good.
Yeah.
I agree.
All right. Cool. Well,
Yeah,
let's wrap it
so-
up.
Yeah.
All right.
Well, thanks for listening, guys. This has been the Aesir podcast with Rachel, John, and Audio Nate.
Audio Nate today. All right. Good job, Nate.